I just paid $1,900 for this Lexus ES350. If you look behind me, there's a lot of cars that we have coming into our car dealership. The market has been very, very weak lately, and that's allowed us to buy a lot of cars for really, really good prices. And throughout this video, I'm actually going to go through a lot of the cars, just like this one that we just bought, and show you exactly what I paid for it, and then I'm going to show you what I'm going to try to make on it on the other end. All right, so check this out. This is a car that I'm going to have for sale that I think you should not buy. Chevy Impala, I don't like them. We buy them, they sell really good. They're not my favorite cars, but even though I would only buy a Honda or Toyota, or I would only advise you, especially when you're looking at cars that are like $2,500, $3,500, to only buy a Honda or Toyota. They're going to be the most reliable. I still have to have stuff like this on my lot if we're going to have enough inventory to cover the volume that we're going to have. Is that weird for a car dealer to tell you, okay, this is a car I have for sale, but don't buy it? I don't want you to buy this kind of car. I'd rather you buy something else. But anyway, this is a 2011 Chevy Impala. It's got 180,000 miles. We paid $1,500 for it. After buyer fee and everything, we got about $1,800 in this car. Probably a $30,000 car. I wish I could sell this for $30,000. It's probably going to be a $3,000 car when we sell it. I think it's a good price, but still, an Impala is not something that I would buy, or I would advise anyone else to buy either. But there it is. Some people love them, and I'm going to have a product for them too. So it's actually a really difficult situation right here for me as a small business owner. I mean, I've got my money tied up in these things. Look at this. I've got just one row of cars that are actually for sale. But if you look back behind me, I have tons and tons and tons of cars that are still in recon that are not ready for sale. They're just sitting there. That's my money. And here's the thing. So we have like 110 cars, I think, in inventory last time I checked. But we've only got like 30, 35 for sale. So I have way more cars right now that are not for sale, just sitting here, getting ready to be sold, than I do that I can actually turn around and make money on. And here's the thing. For a lot of dealers, that's not really that big of an issue, because a lot of them are on floor plans. Now, yes, they have ticking time bombs sitting back here when they have to pay interest when they don't sell them, but they don't have a lot of cash outlay on this. And this is one specific time period of the year that I think maybe even a floor plan might be a benefit for a lot of dealers. Now, I don't do that. I pay cash for everything that I have here on the lot, but we're at the slowest time of year right now to sell cars, but we're at the best time of year to actually buy cars. So that's why you see me buying all these cars back here. Prices are the best that they're going to be all year round for me as a dealer, because all these other dealers are very slow, just like we are right now, slowest time of the year. So that means what I should be doing is, when there's blood in the streets, which is what we're experiencing right now, I should be loading up. I should be investing my money into cars. But it still stings, because I know that I've got all this cash that's going out, 110 cars. You can do the math. That's all my cash sitting here on this lot, when I know that it's not going to turn around very quickly. We're waiting for tax time. We're waiting for all the money to come in from the government to these people who paid into the system, gave the government a free loan, whatever. I mean, you have your own opinion about that, but they get tax refund checks every single year, and every single year they come and they buy us out. But even though I know that it's going to come, even though I know all this money is about to hit us, even though I know I'm about to make a lot of money on all these cars that we're getting ready right now, it still stings to have so much cash going out every single week buying cars, when I know that we're not going to be selling cars at that same rate. It's always stressful every single year, and this is what you're seeing on my face. This is what you're seeing behind me right now. I have to live this every single year, and it always works out. It always works out. But maybe in the back of my brain, there's like a 1 or 2% chance that maybe something happens and it doesn't work out this year. But I feel that every single year. It's just nagging, and it's worrisome, and this is where we're at right now. All right, so this one's a 2008 Lexus ES350. It's probably in the intro. I really like these cars. We paid $1,900 for it. We're going to have a buyer fee, which is like $250 or whatever. So we'll have like $2,150-ish in this car. This is one that we'll probably be able to price out at $3,500. And Lexus like this, that we sell them very, very well. I would assume that this is going to be one of the few that we are actually able to hit a home run. And when I say home run, like if we can make $1,500 or maybe even a little bit less than that on a car, then that is a home run for us. And there's not a ton of cars that we're able to do that with, or just know that we're going to be able to do that with. But Lexus, usually they sell really well for us. If we're able to buy them right, then we can always sell them. They're good cars, reliable, made by Toyota. My favorite, right? So we love to have as many Lexus as possible. I've got quite a few RX 330s, 350s that we sell a lot of. Anytime we get those 330s, those 350s sell very, very, very well for us. And let me talk to you about like what I say is a home run. Like for us, a home run, if we make $1,500 on a car, that's a out of the park home run for us. Easy, easy, easy. Grand slam, you could even say it. That's about the top end of what we're going to make on any given car out here. A lot of other car dealers, they don't even want to get out of bed if they're not making $2,000, $2,500 for like a mid-tier, mid-range car dealer. I've got a couple buddies that are around here, and I hear about what their home runs are, and some of them make $4,000 and $5,000 on their cars. And I get it; they're selling more expensive cars, so they're able to mark them up higher, and customers will still pay it. But it feels weird to me. And I know how a lot of them make their money, and they don't sell as many cars as we do. We're going to sell 70 plus cars on a given month. And a lot of other car dealers are just not able to do that. So how are they going to make money? Well, if they're going to do that, they're going to sell fewer cars. They're only going to sell 10, 20 cars a month. Well, they got to average $3,000, $3,500, $4,000 in profit on those kind of cars to be able to make enough money for it to be even worth their while. So that's the one benefit that we have to what we do versus a lot of other car dealers, because we can push out so much volume, we can make a lot less per car, and that's why we're able to sell a lot of these cheaper cars and still mark them as pretty cheap when we're actually selling them, and still be able to make some money on it. And actually, all these cars that I have here, I don't know, what is it? Let's see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times, no, 8 times 3 is there's at least 24 to 27 cars sitting right here. And then we have more cars stored actually right behind those trees over there. And then we have more cars stored back here. What are we doing, right? Well, all of these cars right here we've already went through all of our recon. We've drove them, make sure they're good. We've fixed anything that's needed to be fixed, and we've got them inspected. They're sitting here because we have a mobile detail company that comes, and they usually come once a week, and they can knock out like 15 to 20 cars in a day. But we actually right now have about 40 cars for them to clean. They're all ready. We just went through some holiday season, and we had a week off of getting cars cleaned, but now we bought so many, we've got so many ready, we're waiting on them. So they're going to come 2 days this week and hopefully get all 40 of these cars knocked out. So we're going to be able to get all those posted. So it's going to be a very busy week for us. Probably not for sales, because we don't have a ton of cars for actual sale right now. But we're going to have a lot of work to do, and then hopefully next week that means we'll get a little bit busier. But keep in mind, we're still at the slowest time of the year. People don't have money; they spent it on holidays, they spent it on Christmas, right? So they're not going to be buying used cars right now until they have that cushion of that tax checks that comes in what, a month and a half, 2 months from now. But we got to be ready for it. So we're getting all these cars out, and we're waiting on the detailers to get that done so we can get them posted. So this is one I can go ahead and show you that we already have priced, and it's been in our system for just a little bit. But I'll also show you on my paper, so you know I'm just not making up these prices just to make a YouTube video. But this one is there you go. Can you see it? 2005 Toyota Camry, 191,000 miles. We paid $2,300 for it. Got $285 in a buyer fee. We did repairs. It cost $128. And this is what we have in it. We have $2,727, and we posted it for $4,000. That way you can see actively that I'm just not trying to make up this stuff. I know a lot of you believe me, but there's a lot of people that don't believe me. I've even had comments saying, okay, well, you're not telling us where your dealership is. You must be fake, right? You know what? You're right. You called me. I am completely fake. I got this lot, so I'm renting it, and I bought 100 cars, and I lined them up and put stickers on it just so I could make a YouTube video. You hear how ridiculous that is? I get that all the time. Just because I'm not going to give you my dealership information, and I'm not trying to be a sleazy car dealer trying to peddle my wares on YouTube when I'm trying to give you information, doesn't mean I'm fake, right? But there's a real story. $2,700 is what we got in it. We're trying to sell it for $4,000. It's real. It's here. There it is. So here's a cool little car, bright green little Mazda 2, small car. We sell these things really well, but I wanted to point out this one because this is one we probably messed up on. It's a 2011. Yeah, it's a 2011 Mazda 2. It's got 150,000 miles, which is lower for the cars that we actually buy. We paid $2,800 for it, so we might have paid up just a little bit for it in the beginning, but here's where it gets worse. Okay, we have our buyer fee of $285 on top of that, and then we had a big fix on it. $674.50 that we had to put into this car. So we have $3,784 in this car right here, and it's probably only a $4,000 car. So we'll probably out the gate try to price it for $5,000 just to see if we can sell it and make that number that we like to make on cars, $1,000, $1,200, whatever it is. But in all likelihood, it's probably going to be that we put it out and the market's going to tell us it's too high a price. We're going to go through a couple weeks. We're going to have to lower it, and maybe even go through another 2 weeks and have to lower it again. I would estimate that we're probably not going to make very much money on this car. Very cool car. We sell them very well, but usually when we're selling them for like $4,000, $3,500, somewhere around there. And usually a lot of times they'll have more miles than this one does. So hopefully the miles will actually sell this one a little bit better for us. But this is one I can point out that we get stuff wrong. And this one, we probably bought a little high in the first place, and then we missed something that needed to be fixed on it. So now we're probably going to lose on it. And when I say lose, we're probably going to make $200 or $300. But when you count in expenses, that's our gross number. When you can't count in expenses that's coming out of the business, payroll, time that we actually spend on this car to get it fixed, things like that, it's going to be a net loss, most likely. All right, so I'm actually recording this over about a 3-day span. So you can look behind me, you see we got some more cars. We got 2 rows now. It's because we got a lot of these cars cleaned up. They cleaned 33 cars in 2 days. We've still got these that we have to get pictures of, get them posted, but we're moving. So we went from having only like 30, 35 cars for sale, and at the end of today, we're going to end up having, 35 plus 33 is going to be 68 cars. Oh, math's hard. But anyway, so we should turn around things here pretty quickly, and the good thing about that is usually when we add that many cars to inventory in a short amount of time, we get a really big pop. And I can already tell you today, I'll do a little side shot here of the building. We've got 5 sets of customers actually here, and they're selling. They're working on like their 3rd or 4th car today. So we get, after we put new inventory, this seems like an obvious thing, but it's nice to experience when we are on a lower cash flow trajectory for a month. When we post a lot of cars, we get a lot of sales, and that's just the way it works. We get new inventory in, we're gonna put it online, and we get more eyeballs. So that's what we're doing right now. Still behind the 8 ball as far as inventory that I want for tax time, but able to buy that many cars, get that many cleaned up, get that many posted right now. We're moving in the right direction. It's a good thing to I don't know what I'm trying to say. They just had me running tags and stuff, so I'm tired. So we had a little busy pop, but good trajectory. I think that's what I was looking for. And here we go. We got Alex actually driving this van out to go get pictures taken of it. We're a small business. Alex is my mechanic, and he also buys a lot of cars from me too. A lot of these cars that are sitting behind me, he went to auction and bought them. We're a small family business. Alex is my cousin. My sister's my title clerk. When you have a small business with a small team and you want to pump out the kind of volume that we do, a lot of people have to wear a lot of hats. And just like what you saw there, you had my sales manager and my mechanic driving cars to go get pictures of them to post them online. Seems like grunt work, but everybody's got to do it. And I know that you want to come buy a cheap car from me. I get it. I'm just not going to be a used car dealer that's trying to peddle my wares here on YouTube And I've said it before, but I'm gonna tell it to you exactly one more time. You can find my dealership if you want to. Do a little research and you can figure it out. I'm just not going to promote the cars that I'm selling because I'm trying to give you information on how the car market's moving, what you should do to actually buy a car, and especially if it's like a time when I think you shouldn't be buying a car, and I say, okay, well, I've got this Impala behind me for $2,500, you should come buy it, but don't buy cars. The information is not going to come across the same way, and that's why I don't give out my dealership information.